How can I negotiate a better price at a used car dealership?
Your best bet is to come in with comps like it's a real estate deal.
It's causing the new car prices to go up, so it's making the consumer want to look at used cars.
If you're looking through your Carfax or AutoCheck report and it says fleet or rental on there, be aware of what that means.
So basically avoid it like the plague.
Yes, unless you...
We asked AI what are the top 7 most searched car questions out there, and we're going to be diving into all of those. We might just answer them for you. So let's get into it. So Phillip, is buying a used electric vehicle from a dealership a good idea?
In my opinion, no. I think what you really want to look for is how much warranty is left on your battery. The main component in an EV vehicle is the battery. So if you're buying it used, make sure you have a significant amount of warranty left on that, because that's going to be the biggest cost if it goes bad.
So the battery costs that much?
Yeah.
Number 2, how can I negotiate a better price at a used car dealership?
Your best bet is to come in with comps like it's a real estate deal. I want to look at cars that are also in the market at other locations. I want to go in knowing what my real price is. And don't just go in saying, oh, I want $10,000 off. Be reasonable, be friendly, because at the end of the day, their people too are also trying to make a living. And just say, these are the other cars that I'm looking at. Can you guys match this price, or is it somewhere similar?
Okay, so try not to haggle, come in prepared, come in ready to go.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay. So in the vein of being prepared, what are some extra fees that you should expect when buying a used car from a dealership?
So the extra fees that you're always going to see, tax tag, title, registration, if those are included, those have to be paid. They're mandated by the state. Usually they're not allowed to be marked up either. The dealer fee or dealer processing fee is usually one that can be negotiated. That does cover the cost of like having a title clerk who's going to do all of your submissions and having other people in the dealership, but sometimes they're a little bit inflated. So ask about those fees and ask specifically, what does this fee cover and is it mandatory?
And if you ask that, do they have to tell you?
Yes.
Okay.
Right? There's a chance that anybody won't tell you the truth, but you'll be able to sniff it out pretty quickly.
Okay. What about, should I buy the extended warranty or add-ons a dealer offers on a used car?
So this is a car guy talking right now who actually purchased a car and bought the whole boat of F&I products because I didn't want to worry about keys. I didn't want to worry about my rims getting ruined. I didn't want to worry about whether the car was going to break down. So for me, it's a level of worry. I want to cover as much as I can afford so that in the future, I have future-proofed my vehicle. So if that's where you're at, then yes. Okay. There are going to be people who are like, you buy a Toyota or a Honda, you don't need an extended warranty. That's not true. Anything could go bad. You don't know who drove it before you. You don't know what took place. So whatever your budget allows, choose the right car that you can get an extended warranty on that you feel comfortable with. Beyond that, the second bonus part that you'll get for free is how long are you going to keep the car? Be realistic about that. Because if I'm just keeping it 2 years, I don't really need an extended warranty, but if I want to ride or die and drive it all the way till the wheels fall off, the extended warranty is going to come in very handy.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can also negotiate that warranty price. Don't ever forget that.
Very, very good.
Now it's time to kind of flip the script. I get to ask you a question.
Okay.
So we're going to go back to Carvana. How have online sellers like Carvana affected traditional used car dealers?
Honestly, I feel like they've affected them a lot. Because now consumers have the ability to leverage companies like Carvana, Vroom, etc., to buy everything online, traditional used car dealerships have had to look at their own model and say, do I need to make a change? And the answer is yes. You should be making a change so you can compete with these types of companies. A lot of the ones that haven't, who have just stuck to the same thing that they've been doing, are going to start to see customers make a shift. So I really think that they need to make a change and a pivot because that's the direction that the industry is moving in. You have to be able to cater to that customer.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. And then, why did used car prices skyrocket recently? And will they come back down soon?
So there's been a couple different things that have caused used car prices to skyrocket. I'd say number 1 is the uncertainty in the market. We got new presidential regime, we got tariffs. That's another big thing that's caused used car prices to skyrocket because it's causing the new car prices to go up. So it's making the consumer want to look at used cars. And with them looking at used cars, kind of like during COVID, where there wasn't enough supply for the amount of demand that was there, we're right back there again. And we're going to continue to see these used car prices go up. As far as are they going to come down? I think they will, but it's kind of, I don't want to put a time frame on it because I'm not like a fortune teller, but I definitely feel like they're going to be up for at least the next year.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think that you're 100% correct. That symbiosis between used and new is so impactful, and a lot of people don't realize it.
Right.
Because if you bring in your car to me and I've got to pay you more for that vehicle to sell you a new car, well, then that's going out to auction at a higher price. It's going to wherever at a higher price. It has to be purchased at a higher price. So now whoever purchases that vehicle and goes to resell it to the end consumer, they're going to pay more. Like ultimately, you at the end of the day as a consumer are going to pay more for that car. And I think that that's a big piece in the used car market that's causing these things to happen. And we used to talk about it during COVID. Are the prices going to go back down to what they were before COVID? The answer is obviously no. And now with these tariffs, they're not going back down to where they were after COVID either, right? They're going to stay up. So they might level out a little bit, but used car prices are going up. The price of every vehicle is going up.
Price of everything going up.
It's all too high, right?
Well,
The rent is too high.
It is.
I edited that.
It is. Well, speaking of everything being high, how do dealerships determine the trade-in value of your car?
Oh, so this is a really cool process, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, so they're going to bring in your car and they're going to do the initial walk around and say all of the things that would take money away from it. And the reason is when they go to put that vehicle in and they look at the comps in the area for that vehicle, they're going to put in all the blemishes, issues, doesn't need tires, and those are all recon fees that take away from the value of that vehicle. In addition to that, they look across the whole country and then in their region to say, what is this 1999 Toyota Corolla selling for in California? What's it selling for in Maine? What's it selling for where I am in Georgia? And so they'll look at all the cars that they can find and they'll come up with an aggregate value. They'll also say, how many of these are at auction? How many of these are in inventory other places? Do I already have these on my lot? Do I want another one? And they'll look at the average days to sell that car. Okay, so all of those factor into the price that you're going to get for your vehicle. And they're going to they're going to add a little bit to their buffer so they can make some money when they resell the car. Now, one of the things that people often get, like they may have a car that they love and they bring it into a dealership and the dealership is like $500. And you're like, but it runs, the air conditioning works, whatever. When they have to send it to auction, they are just scrapping it out to say, hey, I don't need a return from this because I can't put it on my lot to resell it. I don't have any friends in the car business that I can sell it to. So it's got to go out to auction, and whatever they get, most of that, the auctioneer will get to keep. So I've got to make sure it makes sense for my dealer when I sell it. And people get really frustrated because they have a personal investment in the car, but that dealer does not. They just want to make sure that they're making the deal that's fair to them and fair to you.
Okay. I think the next question may tie into that a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah. It's my turn, isn't it?
I think so.
Where do used car dealerships get their inventory?
Yeah, you touched on this a little bit. Well, one of the places is auctions because that's the last place when a dealer is going to offload the vehicle, they can do that. Another way is through trade-ins.
Yep.
So they can acquire vehicles from consumers that are trying to get into another option, like an opportunity. What's another thing that I'm not mentioning?
Dealer trades.
Dealer trades.
Right. So this is a really big one where you'll have dealers that know each other and they'll try and either go and buy a car because they know somebody's interested in it, or maybe I've had a car that's sitting on my books for too long and it's starting to cost me money. Well, I can sell it to another dealer in a different region where somebody might want that vehicle, and it's very easy for them to get it and then resell it, where it may have been difficult for me to have somebody find that specific one on my website. So dealer trades are another big place where they get those vehicles. And then there's the wholesale line. So a lot of the times, like you bring in that 2003 Escalade, shout out to myself, and that's sitting in my wholesale line before it goes to auction. Well, let's say that you, Danielle, come through and you're like, oh, look at that. I was wanting one of those because I have a customer who needs it. Well, now I can buy that at a rock bottom price, and I can sell it to my customer for a slight markup. The customer gets a great deal. That dealership doesn't have to send it to auction and pay any auction fees. And then I got to make a little cash in between. So there are all those ways that they're acquiring inventory from all over the place.
Do they also get vehicles from like rental cars?
Yeah, so fleets will actually get rid of their vehicles once they reach a certain age. So usually around like 40,000 mile mark, and then they're trying to offload them. Some of these rental car companies have realized that you can make money doing this. So they have their own site, think enterprise car sales, right? And they have all of those cars they're looking at to sell, and they're going to sell and make profit on their own. But in the event they can't or they have too many, they will offload them to an auction. The auction will sell it to a dealer. The dealer will then take that and sell it back. And one thing that I'm going to give you as a bonus here is if you're looking through your Carfax or AutoCheck report and it says fleet or rental on there, just be aware of what that means. Because I rent cars all the time and I drive them as if they were stolen. So just be very careful when you're doing that because you don't know the life that that car lived. But if it says rental or fleet, you can guarantee that somebody like me was in that car without regard for how to treat it because I was returning it at the end of the day. Yes, I'm a bad person.
So basically avoid it like the plague.
Yes. Yes, unless you like the Black Plague, in which case you should go see somebody because you got problems.
I think our last question is something that you'll be able to add some color on, which is how much profit do used car dealerships make on each car? What's the typical markup?
So you're looking at a couple grand for a good car sale.
Yeah.
I want to make some money in the front end, meaning that I bought it well. So I bought it for a reasonable price and I can sell it for what its value is. And that leaves me some margin to make money there. And then when we go to F&I, or it's called in the box or being back with a manager, they're selling products that they get paid on. So think extended warranty. Well, if I sell an extended warranty for $3,000 and no warranty repairs have to be done to that car, that $3,000 is profit to the person who holds the warranty.
Right.
In order to get that sold, they're going to pay me a little bit to sell their warranty. Key protection, dent and ding protection, all of those products that are add-ons, they make a little bit of money. So you want about 1,000 in the back, 1,000 in the front. During the really good days, like in the late 80s and then right before the crazy economic downturn, I mean, people were getting up to like $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a car and even more because they could sell it really well. They could sell all the back end product. There wasn't a lot of regulation and people were just approving a lot of money going out the door. Obviously that led to an economic crash, so I'm not recommending it. But nowadays it's like a couple $1,000s that you want on each car.
Does that also include like the money that they're getting from the lender too?
So it can. If you're with a really large, reputable dealership group and you know the way that they do business, sometimes they're transparent about that, right? They're going to say, hey, this is how we make our money. This is what's in our fees. We're not going to gouge you anywhere. We make a small margin on every vehicle or we sell them at MSRP. So it can include that. And the lender will pay for you to go with that lender. So they'll say, okay, you go with us. We'll give you a flat and we'll pay you a little bit of money to use our service because the lender's making a little bit of money over time you servicing that loan, right? They're collecting that interest, et cetera, et cetera. So it's really about spreading that wealth, but the dealer really only gets paid up front, right? Well, front and back, which is confusing, but they get paid during the car sale.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, those are some really, really interesting questions that people are asking, or AI is asking.
Yeah.
Hope we answer those for you guys. And if you like this, make sure that you like it, you commented on it, and you share it. Sharing is important because if you resonated with this episode, you want others to resonate too. So make sure you share and like it.
Yeah.
And subscribe.
Sharing is caring. Subscribing is thriving.
All of it.
I can't think of anything that rhymes with like, but we appreciate you guys listening to this.
We appreciate you.
Yeah. So we mentioned Carvana in this episode today, but we weren't able to dive into all the nuances and specifics about it. So if you're interested in that, please, please, please check out this Carvana episode that we did where we went back and forth and we covered all of the craziness that is Carvana and how it's changing the car buying game.